Hey everybody. Wait, is that my dinner plate? Oh crap. Enough of that. Hi everybody. So a couple weeks ago I put out a YouTube video talking about the biggest issue Splatoon 3 is facing right now. And in that video, you can go ahead and click the card if you want to. In that video I argue that the biggest issue Splatoon 3 is currently facing is its fan base complaining about anything they can get their hands on. You kind of needed to watch the whole video to get to that point. And a lot of people disagreed, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. And everyone in my comment section was super nice, which is also great. But a lot of people seem to think that the biggest issue Splatoon 3 is facing right now is its lack of marketing. So I decided to do a little research because I hadn't really thought that. I was like, well, there's been 3 trailers and there's been a Twitter showcase and the game's like 6 months away, so what's the big deal? But a lot of people really felt strongly that we should know more about this game by now, and that the fact that we don't is a problem. So I dug around the internet a little bit to kind of see what other people thought about this, and y'all are mean. And by y'all, I don't mean you as a person. I'm sure you as a person are very nice. I mean like the Nintendo fan base as a whole was being very disrespectful. Shocker, I guess. But I wanted to see if their arguments held any water, because a lot of the people that left the comments on my YouTube video saying that Splatoon had a marketing issue were very nice about it. They weren't yelling at me, they weren't slandering Nintendo. It was a conversation, and so I wanted to continue that conversation. That's really why I'm continuing that conversation. You could have just said that. So we're gonna take a look at all of Splatoon's marketing thus far, and asking ourselves the question, is it really a problem? Should we actually be concerned about this? Or are we just maybe a little impatient? I don't know. Actually, I do know. I already recorded the rest of the video. This is literally the last thing I'm doing. So I already know. But you don't yet, so watch the video. I'm gonna go ahead and roll some bad ranked gameplay. By the way, if you ever want your ranked gameplay featured in the background of one of these videos, so you don't have to watch my stupid ranked gameplay, because I'm like A+/S rank, go ahead and just like send me a clip, you know, make sure it's like a whole match and not just like a 30-second clip. You know, if you have a way to record that, cool. And if not, maybe we can try to work something else out. I don't know, and I'll give you a little credit. I just figured it'd be kind of cool to have some other people's gameplay featured on this channel other than my own. I don't know. With that being said, I'm going to roll some bad ranked gameplay by yours truly, and we're going to talk about this marketing issue. So don't forget to hit the like button. Go follow me on Twitch, because that's where I do most of the conversing and all that jazz, and Twitter and all that stuff. I'm Let's Jays on everything, so just go to a social media, type in Let's Jays, it's probably me. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one, or right now. All right, first let's break down the timeline. February 17th, 2021, Nintendo released the first trailer for Splatoon 3 via a Nintendo Direct. It was the surprise, we're also working on this final announcement at the end of said Direct to shock the fans and get everyone excited. And it worked. Everyone got super excited that the 3rd iteration of Splatoon was in development. And since then, we've gotten 2 more trailers and a Twitter showcase about the game. Nintendo even created an individual Twitter account for Splatoon news, kind of like what they did for Animal Crossing. Now, looking at it from a distance, I understand the frustration. The game was announced almost 14 months ago, and even though we've gotten 3 trailers, they don't really have a ton of information about the core of the game in them. Yes, we were shown some new weapons, some new abilities, and some new maps, but at the end of the day, we really don't know how this game is going to be played beyond shoot the floor. We don't know what the ranked modes will be. We know very little about the campaign. We don't know any of the new characters, or even if some of our favorite old characters will be returning to this series. Personally, I'm hoping for Marina to come back some more, but we don't even know, and that's a valid complaint. I guess the question at this point is really just, should we be worried? Nintendo did just delay Breath of the Wild 2. Is the lack of information about this game's content going to cause it to be delayed as well? Well, no, of course not. Nintendo just told us that this game will be released this summer. There's like a 0% chance that that's going to change. I'm pretty confident that Nintendo knew what they were doing when they gave us that timetable. But let's get back on track though. Marketing. Where is the marketing for this game? I almost think that some other content creator out there must have put out a video about Splatoon 3's lack of marketing that everyone else saw but me, because a lot of the comments were worded almost identically. So this is something that clearly people are upset about. Well, like I said, I understand that people are upset, and I even understand why people are upset. I just don't agree that it's worth being upset about. I mean, like, really think about this. If you knew everything about the video game right now, keeping in mind that this game may not come out until the middle of September, which is like 5.5 months away, would that actually change anything? I mean, really think about that. If they announced everything about the game right now, you'd be pumped for like 2 weeks tops. There's no way that you'd be able to maintain the level of excitement for the next few months. Nintendo is banking on people being excited for this game. It's called drip marketing. A company releases a little information at a time, like a water, or in this case, ink drip, to slowly give you the whole picture. That way the hype stays consistent and you don't end up drowning with details all at once. You see, a few years ago, there were two very similar games coming out around the same time, A Hat in Time and Yooka-Laylee. Now they took on two different marketing approaches. A Hat in Time spent its entire development cycle, literal years, showing off the game at every step. They released pre-alphas, alphas, betas, videos of development updates along every step of the way, new stages as they were being designed. By the time the game finally came out, I was kind of sick of the game, and it hadn't even been released yet. I still played it and loved it, but I more played it in spite of how I felt, rather than because I was excited to play it. Yooka-Laylee, on the other hand, was almost a complete opposite. They were radio silent until just a couple months before the release of the game. When Yooka-Laylee came out, I was actually out of town for the weekend, but I could do nothing but think about finally getting home and playing this game. See, for someone like me, whose mind was already made up about playing those games, knowing everything or not knowing everything didn't make a difference. But for someone who was on the fence about a game, hearing about it all the time for months and months and months, you kind of got sick of it. So in order for Nintendo to ensure that people stay excited about the game, they just drip bits of information a little bit at a time, thus the term drip marketing. Now yes, I'm right there with you. There's so much about Splatoon 3 that I am dying to know about, but not knowing these things isn't really a problem. It doesn't matter at all. The only thing that would actually concern me is if Nintendo went ahead with a full release of the game without telling anyone anything. That's some Sonic Boom level shady stuff. A few of the comments I saw say Nintendo needs to listen to us, or Nintendo doesn't listen to us. Listen, when it comes to these matters, I don't want Nintendo to listen to their fans. I'm not a game developer, I'm not a marketing expert, but Nintendo employs both of those people. So I'm just gonna let them do their job. And I'm gonna patiently wait to hear more about Splatoon 3, which, according to my timeline, should really be any day now. I'm not saying you can't be excited about this game. I'm not saying you can't be eager about this game. I'm not even saying you can't be mad that you don't have information about this game. Look, Ephesians 4:26 says, "Be angry, but don't sin." It basically means that, like, it's okay to be angry. Anger is a God-given emotion. I think a lot of people get that mixed up a lot. You're allowed to be angry. There's nothing wrong with anger. It's when you act on that anger and do bad things with that emotion that it becomes a problem. You know, you don't want to hurt anyone because of your anger. So it's okay to be angry that you don't know anything about this game. What's not okay is becoming a toxic fan base. I'm kind of tired of playing video games, but having to be like, yeah, but I'm not one of like those fans, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully we'll find out more about this game. Everyone can just chill a little bit. And like I said, it's okay to be angry or upset that you don't know everything about this game. I just don't really think it's as big a deal as a lot of people are making it out to be. But you know, what do I know? I'm just me. But thanks for watching. I know this is kind of a hot topic and some very opinionated people may be ready to tear me a new one in the comments. And well, you just listened to my opinion for like 7 or 8 minutes, so have at it. All I ask is that you just be nice, all right? Less hate, more debate, all right? On that note, I'm Jay, you're probably not, and I'll see you either over on Twitch sometime or in the next video. Peace out.